Kings and Defenders by Charles Klein for grades levels 3 through 5. Okay, this is a fencing activity, and you're going to need an assistant, preferably some cones. You're going to use foam noodles as your sword, and some pennies to distinguish team members. The objective of this activity is to apply some fencing skills in a tag-like game, demanding lots of movement and enthusiasm. Emphasis will also be placed on students' knowledge of history. Okay, initially, you can discuss some of the positions and proper technique for fencing. During the game, you're going to be looking for the students using fencing techniques as opposed to swatting with the foam noodles, which will more than likely happen. So you need to be vigilant with your assistant in ensuring that the students are using a fencing technique with their foam noodle. Okay, to set up, it's rather simple. Okay, you're going to have a king or multiple kings depending on the size of the class. So the circle is the king, and the king will be at this end. And he's going to have 4 defenders. Or you can increase the amount of defenders or decrease however you see fit, and depends on the size of the class. And then the goal is for this king and his entourage to make it to the other end of the court. Simple, right? Well, in the meantime, the rest of the class, these are the fencers. Now you can place them throughout the gym, again depending on how many you have, or just one side. I prefer just one side of the court, at least initially. And this king and his entourage has to fight their way through these fencers to get to the other side. And along the way, any killed or injured defender, judgment called by the teacher, has to return to the beginning and line, and then go catch up with the king as he's moving across the court. Likewise, a fencer that is engaged with the foam noodle, also judgment called by the teacher, has to return to the end line and then come back out to the court. Okay, in the meantime, when these students reach the end line, they'll be required to answer specific history questions. Okay, and then this battle continues across the court. You can go to time and then switch your kings and your defenders out. Make them your defenders, and make them fencers, and then have a new king and his bodyguard entourage. Okay. It's a tag-like game, and we're looking for kids having fun, but we want to keep it under control, and we want them to apply skills related to the lesson. having fun doing it, working as teams, and constantly moving.